really see. See, I come up, push up, push up. Watch this. Up, up, up. That's the movement you want to be doing. And then, all right, and then we want to come right here and go around. And then all you have to do, you can clean it up. I go back sometimes to clean it up and have a steadier hand than I have there. And then really, every little thing that you add adds a little bit of depth to it. See, I'm going to come in there and make a little scoop in there. Now, see how much depth that just gave it? Just that little bit. Now, you can use your script liner, and you can come in there, and you can pull little stamens out of there if you want to. Just a little bit of shading in there. Maybe it's not stamens. Maybe it's just a little bit of shading, but see how you can use the script liner to pull in there? Just a little bit, and any bit that you do like that gives it more depth. Now let me show you the greenery on these, and they're really simple. They're kind of like some flowers I taught you earlier. They're really simple. Now we're going to put floating medium and work it in. Okay. Now what I like to do is, you see how this bends and comes down? Let's move these all out of the way. And that's what's going to make it look really natural, is every time you get the opportunity to come down and make it bend like this to the side. And I use the larger brush, believe it or not, instead of the script liner, because look at all the shading that I get as I'm doing this. And then all these leaves are just like this. Okay? Long fronds. And that's the easiest way to make that happen, because if you go like this, you're going to have points, and they really don't have points. They're really pretty rounded. Okay? So you could do it like I just showed you there, or you can just touch, lean towards the yellow, which is the lighter color, and pull down. And you have all those pretty streaks. Just that easy. And you see how all those flowers help you paint the other flower? All those little strokes, you kind of build the strokes, and you're able to accomplish every flower that you want to paint all year round. So let's come over here and look at a couple of my surfaces that I chose to paint on this time. I put some of my flowers right on a picture frame. Picture frames are great because you can personalize it. You can put somebody's wedding invitation in there. You can put the bride in there. And I put my Maria in there. Isn't that pretty? And you can put the little leaves and the flowers just perked around it. But look at this butterfly house. These wood surfaces, you'll see how I did some faux finishing. This is a butterfly. And don't forget to put a little bit on the back always. It makes it such a fun little treat to turn around a piece and see that. And that makes a fun little porch piece, or you can actually use it as a butterfly house. And watering cans. I made a lot of gifts in my lifetime out of watering cans, because you know what? Lots of people love to garden, and if they don't use it actually to water with, they can always plant a plant in it and have fun with it. But I want you to see that this is an enamel finish. And remember when I'm painting on plastic, and how I said that you have to be careful on how much paint you put in there. Okay? Come back and join me. We're going to have lots more fun painting more flowers.
Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Vickery. There's more one-stroke painting magic to come, but first we want to ask you to do something simple, and that is to call in with your pledge of support to this public television station. It is because of your pledge of support that this type of great how-to programming is available on your public television station. Unique programs like Donna Dewberry's A Year in Flowers. You're not going to get that type of programming anywhere else, but we cannot do it without your pledge of support. So call the number on your screen. Let us know how you're enjoying this program. And how about a $150 pledge today? With that pledge, we would love to send you, as our very special thank you, the One-Stroke Painting Ultimate Kit that has everything in it that you need to get started with one-stroke painting. And I am joined now by Donna Dewberry herself. Donna, welcome back.
It's good to be here.
You were showing us in that last segment some great things you can do with one-stroke painting to make gifts.
You know what? And I spent my whole life making teachers' gifts, making gifts for, like, whenever we had our family reunion together in the holidays. And that's how I saved money, so I could afford all the toys for the kids.
Yeah.
You know, the things I had to buy. So, you know, it's always enriched my life. And the beauty of it is I get to share it with others. God's blessed me with a talent. And, you know, to be able to have other people use that talent also and take and learn from it. And this is what you can do out there, too, if you give this as a gift to somebody else.
And all you have to do is call the number on your screen. and pledge your support to this public television station. A $150 gift once again, and we would love to send you as our thank you this wonderful gift, which is everything that you need for one-stroke painting. Donna makes it so simple in her videos and her worksheets. And Donna, we've even got this great workbook here that we want to show people, and it actually takes people through the steps of creating some of these lovely flowers.
Besides the video that you're going to get my step-by-step strokes with the video, but you also get to come in here, and let's see, I don't have the same color, but what I want to show you is that what we're going to do, see if you're a lefty, Aunt, since I'm standing on the left side.
I am a lefty, so.
Oh, you are, so this is good. Instead of starting here where it says start, you would start where it says end, so that you're not crossing on top of your paint, okay? And then when you're doing leaves, I want the lefties to turn the leaf towards their body instead of to the right like the righties would do. Okay, so look at the beautiful shading here. This is absolutely, for a first-time painter, if you think you can't even do a stick figure, I promise you, you can do that. And you see what I'm doing? I'm standing the brush straight up and down. I'm putting pressure. I'm wiggling. See that?
So easy.
And I'm lifting. You wipe it off and you move it to see if it's looking like my strokes, and then you practice again.
Donna has made it easy, and so have we made it easy for you to call in with your pledge of support. Here's Dolores to tell us a little bit more about those special thank you gifts.
Thanks, Shannon, and I'm holding here the workbook that comes with that $150 level, and you'll see we have for March the daffodil, how to do that, and in April the sweet pea, and all of this is included at that $150 level when you give us a call and support this public television station. It's so important that we hear from you because public television depends on viewers like you to help pay for how-to programs. So do give this station a call right now. And again, at that $150 level, you'll receive the workbook. You'll also receive a 60-minute video with tips and techniques not shown in the program today. So it's chock full of information that you'll need to know to start your one-stroke painting. You also receive all of the paints as well as the brushes. Consider this as a gift for someone's birthday or anniversary. If you know someone who loves to paint, well, why not consider a gift of $150 to public television, and what a wonderful gift you can send their way. Now back over to Shannon and Donna.
Thanks, Dolores. And Donna, we are hearing from so many of your fans today who are calling in with their pledge of support. If you are enjoying this program, we want you to call now. The number is on your screen. Call and let us know how much you enjoy this type of programming, how much you love Donna's shows by calling in with your pledge of support to this public television station. But Donna, there may still be some downers out there who are wondering, is this really for anyone?
This is absolutely for a beginner, and every single workbook I have, every single video, I pretend that you've never picked up a brush before in your life, and you start painting with me stroke by stroke. Very simple strokes. You're loading this brush, lots of paint. You're coming on top of here, practicing one stroke at a time. And I want you to know, if you don't have fine motor skills, there's lots of people that have written to me and told me that they can't hold the brush like that. You can literally hold the brush any way that you could possibly grasp that brush, and look at this. All you're doing is doing the movement, and you can still do it. You don't have to be able to do that fine motor skill. If you've got somebody who's been in an accident, who's housebound, and they need something so they don't think about their woes, how many of us do that? We need something. And this is something that enriches people's lives because they do something beautiful. They can share a gift with somebody that they painted, or share the gift that they're helping the local station with right here.
And again, you mentioned enriching people's lives. That's exactly what public television does. And when you call into this station with your pledge of support, especially at the $150 level, it will go to making wonderful programs available to you and your family. And of course, with that $150 pledge, we would love to send you, as our special thank you, everything that you need. And Donna, we have to keep mentioning, this does have everything you need to get started.
And they're acrylic paints, so there's no smell. They give you rich colors like oils. I give you quality brushes. Lots of people, when they start painting, think that they don't need quality brushes. But we have quality brushes in here that I've designed just for this technique.
So call now with your pledge of support, and here's Dolores with more information.
The phone's ringing lets us know that you appreciate how-to programs on public television, and this station needs to hear from you today. So do give us a call. Pledge your support for public television, a fine American tradition of great programs for years and years. Right now, won't you call in support of One Stroke Painting with Donna Dewberry? And at that $150 level, we have available for you the ultimate combo collection of everything you'll need to begin one-stroke painting of flowers for all seasons. You'll receive the workbook as well as the 60-minute video, all of the paints you need, as well as the brushes. And of course, you can apply this technique to just about any type of surface. At the $90 level, if that's the right level for you, our special thank you gift to you is a 36-page workbook as well as a video, and of course you'll receive paints and a brush and a guide at the $90 level. And at $75, we've got the basic video as well as the teaching guide and reusable worksheet. So give us a call right now and pledge your support for public television. Now back to Shannon and Donna.
And Donna, this is a brand new program you've created for public television.
That's
Why
right.
did you think it was important to get involved with public television and to share your method of painting with our viewers?
You know what? I was a mom at home with those 7 children, and I wanted to learn how to paint so bad, and I had no feasible way financially or time-wise to go take a... This is the beauty of it. It's not one of these shows that's just going to tease you and show you just a little bit, but never all the secrets. We want to show you all the secrets, everything that you need, because it's not a secret. It's just step-by-step practicing absolutely for that person who never thought they could do anything but not even a stick figure. I hear that all the time. And the beauty of it, let me show you. What I'm doing is I'm taking that rose stroke. I'm making all sorts of flowers, like I was putting the sweet pea, and you can take what I'm teaching you in this video and create any flower in your garden, like gladiolas and sweet peas and pansies. I mean, what we're teaching you stroke by stroke in this video and with that workbook with my strokes at home with you, everything you need. You open up our box and you're ready to go.
Anybody can do this. Donna has made it so easy. And with your pledge to this public television today of $150, we'd love to send you as our special gift the ultimate combo that has everything in it you need. With a $90 pledge today, we'd love to send you the one-stroke painting kit, which has the VHS workbook, paints, brush, guide. Again, everything you need to get started and to become an expert at one-stroke painting. With the $75 pledge of support, we'd love to send you the VHS and the guide. This has everything in it that you need to teach yourself this wonderful painting. Donna's made it easy. We have made it easy for you to call in with your pledge of support. The number is on your screen. Please take a moment now, place a value on this type of programming, and call in with your pledge of support. And let's take another look right now at some of the thank you gifts that are available.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Today I'm painting flowers just for you. Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry. Welcome back. Violets have always been my favorite little flower, and I'm going to show you how simple it is for you to paint it at home. What we're going to do is we're going to use a flat brush. I have nice synthetic nylon bristles, flat brush. We're going to start by loading this brush with 2 colors. We're going to work back and forth. And I'm going to go right between the 2 colors here. Okay? Get that brush 2/3 loaded. One of the most important things of the one-stroke technique is loading the brush 2/3 full. Then what we're going to do is practice a few minutes on my worksheet and get comfortable with doing this movement. And I put the clear plastic on there so you can wipe it off and practice again. And we're going to start here where it says start and come around to where it says end. I'm going to do it reverse here, which is what a lefty would do, okay? I would start here where it says in, and then push, and then let the bristle stand up and slide back. All right, let's do it again. More paint. We're going to go push, lift, chisel, push, lift. Now see, if I don't like my stroke, I just go over it again. Now this is your chisel edge right here. So whenever we're on the chisel, we're going to begin and end each stroke on that chisel. So the key is as we're practicing this, we want to come around, in, come around, in. And what I want to do is see the stroke here, right here. There we go. So you're going to practice till it looks like this. And you can actually flip the brush occasionally and try different colors. All right? Now, to practice this leaf, we're going to pick up 2 colors. I'm going to use a larger brush now. This is a 3/4 inch flat. And I like flat brushes because what happens with flat brushes is that you see all the blending and shading of all the colors you put on the brush at one time. And so what we're going to do, let's turn it this way a little bit so you can see. Here's your heart. Can you see the heart? We're going to start on this line. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now the brush handle straight up and down. We put pressure. 1, 2, 3 gets the bristles and the shading all like you want them. Then we're wiggling, following my movement, but my eyes are watching that darker green edge because then I want to slide up. All right, now 1, 2, 3. Now as you're wiggling, you're keeping this yellow right here. You're pivoting that and it's staying in the middle. See that? You wiggle around and then you let the brush stand up to the chisel. And then all you have to do is pull your stem right in the middle. Now, you've blended, shaded, and highlighted in one stroke by putting all that color on your brush at one time. Now, that's the key. That's what makes it so beautiful, that it's that simple. Starting on the line, push, wiggling. There we go. All right. Now, some flowers, some of the petals are more loopy. Some of the leaves, I mean, are more loopy, more dramatic. So you can do whatever the stroke is by watching that outer edge. Okay, you wipe this off and you can practice again. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the greenery. I don't always do the greenery first, but I am on this flower. And I'll show you why. What we want to do is we want to work our yellow and our green. Now I'm going some floating medium. I've got this gel right here. It's the fluff that's inside paint with no pigment. So I use that instead of water. Okay? Now, I'm going to make a plant. And to make a plant, the key is to have these stems that are curved like the blossoms up here, curving down. But see, I want it all to come to one spot where the plant is, where it grows in the ground, okay? Now, this is a February flower. And violets are so pretty on little antique pieces. They look really nice on invitations. Pretty little, and I just like learning this blossom itself because you can actually do a hydrangea and some other flowers from learning this blossom. Okay, and see the wiggling here? I want you to notice what I'm going to do. Every time I leave from my painting area here, I've gone to get paint, so concentrate on how often I leave and how often I do that. Now see, I want the seashell. See that seashell? I want this whole seashell with the yellow pivoting, and then I let the bristles rise to the chisel. Then I pull the stem into it. Now you can come back and put a few little smaller leaves too later if you wish, but that's how I start. Now I'm going to pick up 2 colors. I'm going to reload this brush some more. It's the number 12, a smaller brush. You can pick out whatever size flat brush you want to use to get that color and to get the size of the flower violet that you want to paint. And just look at violets. There's some that have little ruffled petals and some that are smooth. This is the traditional one that you see for birthday flowers, okay? Now what's fun is to think that you can pick up any birthday month that one of your friends have, and you can paint them a little gift and make it even more personal by saying, I painted this just for you with your own birthday month, your own flower for that month. There we go. Here's a little bud, all right? Real simple, and it's as easy as picking up a bright yellow on the tip of your brush, the handle of your brush. Dip. There you go. With my 7 children, I wanted to learn how to paint really bad, so I would sit at my dining room table and figure out how to paint all these little flowers that I wanted to paint. And this gave me a great opportunity to come up with more flowers. A few of these flowers I've painted before, and some of them I just created just for you so that you could have a flower for every month. Okay, so we continue around filling in all those flowers, doing the same thing. We're dotting, just ever so lightly dotting the center. And you want it to be a really bright yellow so it pops in the center of that flower, okay? Now, I want to show you the sweet pea. The sweet pea is really fun because you can use all kinds of pretty colors too. You can use blues and pinks, and I've got this one right here. It's just another shade of purple here. But I'm going to maybe put some berry wine and mix it up with my purple so I have a really deep but rich, pretty color there. All right, I put a little bit of floating medium because this paper that I'm working on is dry. Sometimes if you're not on paper, you won't have that same difficulty. Same thing here is that we do a rippled edge. And like I told you, there's some other flowers that instead of smooth, some violets have a rippled edge like this. So that kind of, I put these flowers together so you could see if you chose to do a violet that's rippled instead. All right, now I want to be careful not to get muddy because what I'm doing is I'm coming back on top with more layers. And that's the beauty of this little flower, is that they're really ruffled. And to be able to see it and tell that they're each individual petals, you need to make sure you put pressure. Now look what happens if I don't. If I ruffle like that, that's meaning that I'm not putting pressure. Now it might look okay to you, because lots of people, when I show something, I said, now you don't want it this way, lots of people say, oh, I think that was pretty too, Donna. All right, see, you can't hardly see the difference in the layers as well as if you were to do this. And that's just putting more pressure. See, I push, I stay down as I'm ruffling this, and then watch what happens when I put the next layer right on top. Let's see, I got a little bit too much white in that one. Okay, just like this. Go over anything you don't like, slide up. Now, a few of these strokes right here that I used, I just chiseled up, leading with a lighter color, push, lean, lift. And I'm lifting as I'm pulling, okay? Now, it's the same big leaf as we did before, but I'm going to use a small brush to show you how I would attach this blossom, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to just grab short little strokes, touching, pulling. See this? Grab those little strokes and then pull them down. All right? And the same thing I'd like to share with you on these is I like to make some of them curve. But I'm going to do my blossom before I put the stem on this because I'm going to add this right here. And if you can help not having to go back and do the work twice, it's always easier. I mean, better, because it's not taking as long. And now what makes these look so pretty, let me put this back here so you can see real quick. What makes it look so pretty is this curlicue. Let me get my script liner and show you how to do that really quick. What we're going to do is we're going to go into the water 3 times, and right next to my petal, I dip 3 times at least, and I want a nice inky petal. Now, inky is not thick, and it's not pasty, it's not watery. Okay, you roll the brush, and you can roll it and pull from here and see if it's an inky. You can definitely tell if it's watery if you do it that way. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move our whole arm as we do the stroke, okay? So we're going to put our little finger there, start making a circle, and see, this is all dry paper, and you can go on and on and on because my bristles are long enough to hold all that water and inky paint, okay? All right, now that makes it really fun and really brings a lot to that flower because it has all those little tendrils on there. Now, what we're going to do is one of my other favorite flowers is a rose. Rose is so much fun, and I've shown you a couple strokes already that's going to help you build this rose. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a dampened brush. I'm going to load it with berry wine, wicker white. I'm going to go right between these two colors because you're going to see I'm going to come pick up paint quite often. Okay, back and forth, lots of paint. Now because I'm on my dry surface, I might go into a little bit of floating medium. Oops, that has some green for my leaves. Let's go to this clean one over here. Okay. Now, we're going to paint the skirt first. Let's do it right over here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to wiggle and do a seashell. That's the key. You've got to practice this stroke till you feel really comfortable on my worksheet with that stroke. Or this is all you're doing. 1, 2, 3, and you're wiggling and making a fan shape. See that? Now, one-stroke painting, remember blending, shading, highlighting? I want to see the shades here. I want to see the white all the way to the darker burgundy there. And you can see I'm getting a little pinky, so I want to make sure that I pick up some fresh white. Now, see that stroke? Let me show you again. 2 lines, we go up and over. We go from line to line, we make a U. That's going to be the center of your flower. Then from that same line, 1, 2, 3, we're going to wiggle and put the second layer of petals. Same thing with the sweet pea. You've got to make sure that you can see this layer from the next layer. And I'm almost lost it there, so I got to make sure I pick up plenty of white. All right, all the way around. Now we want to come in to finish this flower, and a rose is usually one of the most difficult flowers. I'm going to clean this up. But with my technique, it's one of the easiest flowers you learn. Very simple strokes. And you build one stroke on top of another stroke, and before you're done, voila, you have a rose. Look at that. Just that simple. Now, I have fun doing those, and I just have gone crazy with roses. I put them on everything, and they're just one of the people's favorite flowers, you know, nationwide as a rose. And so, look at this. I've gotten to where I can use this big brush and put a rose on clay pots. Put rosebuds, only if you just do rosebuds. Just think how much fun those would be. I'm going to do a half of a rose here. Just that quick, you can paint half of a rose here, and then we put a leaf on top of it. All right? Now, when I'm doing the rosebud, instead of just going up and over and doing a U, I do another U and maybe even another piece so that we have a pretty little bud there. All right? Now, I'm going to go pick up the green and show you really quickly how I did a K-lick. You touch, lean, lift as we go around. Let me do it again. Touch, lean towards the yellow on the brush, and you lift, and then push, lift in the middle. Touch, lean, pull away. There we go. Just that simple. And there's a little leaf here. Push, turn, lift. Push, turn, lift. And we can have little one-stroke leaves. Okay? Now, we're going to paint a gardenia. And a gardenia, I was kind of intimidated by painting one, but I found out that after I took it, I want you to think of one stroke at a time, and I want you to look at that whole rose and think that it's difficult. I want you to look at one stroke at a time. I'm calling it a gardenia. It's a gladiola. It's an August gladiola, okay? Let's see. There we go. We're going to pick up yellow and orange, and this is what we're going to do. I really need floating medium on this one because what I'm going to do is I'm going to wiggle up, reverse direction, and wiggle down. But I want my paint to really cover over here. So see right on this side, I needed more. So you wiggle up, reverse direction, and wiggle down. Now when I reverse direction, I'm reversing direction of the bristles. I'm leaning one way, then I lean them back the other way. And then I come back. And see, just a little bit of curve, wiggle over. And this little curve right there turns the petal a little bit. And it makes it look really fun. It makes it look like you worked hard and you really didn't. All right, there we go again. Down, wiggle back. Wiggle down, wiggle back. I'm running out of space there. Okay, now right here, this big one, I really wanted a lot of yellow, a little bit of orange right here. Really, you can stop, really putting pressure here, and then you can come down and do this side. Either way, I've done it in one stroke and come back up, or you can do 2 separate strokes. Now I'm going to come back in with just a little bit of red because I've lost that layer. See how easy it is? You can put more yellow, more red. See that? I wanted you to really see this one that lays right in front because that's one of the most important parts of that glad. All right? Now, what we're doing with those buds are a lot like the rosebud. All right? We went up and over, made a U, but make sure that these are really tight, really skinny, long, tight buds because that's how a glad actually looks, all right? Now, then what you're going to do is you're going to come in with your script liner and we're going to put those center stamens right from the center here. And I usually like to let this dry, but we're going to do it really quick. You touch, pull, which means I can't put my finger down, so it's harder to do it this way. So you might want to let it dry just a little bit. Pull those stamens out of the center. Now look what I do here. I'm going to take the green, stroke it through some yellow, then I'm just going to pull little pieces down to finish up the stamens, but I put 2 colors at one time. Okay? So you don't have to go back and forth and put the light yellow and then go back and put the dark green. That's what one stroke's all about. You're putting all the paint on your brush at one time and you're making it happen just that quick. All right? You pull the stem down and then you start pulling these leaves up. And actually, I have a glad painted over here, a whole stem of gladiolas, and I want to show you. This is a barrel stay, and it's really kind of fun because you can put it out in your garden. See those bright, bright colors? You can put this in your garden, or you can hang it on the wall, or just think about painting these on a garden shed, which would be so beautiful, especially during the season when they're not blooming. All right, let me show you some flowers on some pieces that I painted for you. And I chose like an old little metal antique piece with little ball feet. And I took and just put on my little violets and put them on both sides too. Isn't that fun? On the ends. And you can put all your little jewels in there. And grandmas really love those as a gift, along with your kids. Your little teenagers love little hiding places for their jewelry. But canvas. This canvas up here is what I painted with the sweet peas on it. And I even did some little line work with my script liner around the edge. But look at that faux background. Now I just take a sponge and rub circles all over that canvas with 2 colors. Remember, 2 colors at one time gives you the blending and shading very quickly and fun too. And that's just a nice little gift to say, I was thinking about you and I know that that's your birthday flower and here's a nice gift for you. And a sundial. Now look at that bright yellow and putting my roses right on top of that bright yellow. You're going to have fun painting roses. I've painted so many roses over the years and I love them, and I make them more lacy sometimes, I make them darker sometimes. Just think about all the colors in your garden and the different varieties of roses that you can paint using 2 colors at one time. I've loved sharing these ideas with you today. With a little patience, you can too fill your year with flowers. Thanks for joining me.
I'm Shannon Vickery. I hope you have enjoyed this wonderful one-stroke painting special. Donna makes it so easy for you. And we have made it easy for you as well to support this public television station by calling the number on your screen. It is so important that you call now to let us know how much you have enjoyed this program, how much you enjoy how-to programs in general on public television, because we bring you only the best here, and we're able to do that with your pledge of support. How about a $150 pledge today? With that pledge, we would love to send you as our special thank you the One-Stroke Painting Ultimate Kit. Has everything in it that you need so that you can become an expert very quickly in the one-stroke painting technique. Donna, we're hearing from so many people today who appreciate you, who appreciate your work. But again, we need to stress it's only it can only happen with their support of this public television station.
And we always try to bring exclusive gifts to you guys so that you have something special that they can't get anywhere else. That also motivates everybody. And what I want to also, many of you have called in and asked what kind of paper I'm using and what kind of paper to use for greeting cards. It's just a Bristol board. It's just a real smooth, slick finish. And don't use watercolor paper. And be sure that you use the plastic I have in there for you. Because when you're painting on the plastic, you don't feel frustrated.
Yeah.
It's like a smooth stroke and it's really easy.
And let's talk a little bit about this, because with your pledge today of $150, we do have the ultimate kit for one-stroke painting. That has in it not only the video, which is going to show you how to do all of this, but also it has this great workbook, and this has all the flowers of the year in it. And Donna, you have made this so easy because, as you mentioned, we can just open up.
It's got all the birthday flowers of the year, and it goes month by month. And you know what? I'm going to show you in just a second how I painted this gladiola. But what we're doing is we're putting two colors on here, and it blends shades and highlight as we're doing our strokes. And they're very simple strokes. It says push, wiggle, slide, push, wiggle, in.
And so they're basically doing
right.
it on the plastic. They can practice as many times as they'd like, and they can follow along to make sure that their strokes are looking exactly like strokes.
You go, uh-oh, Donna, that doesn't look quite as good. You need to work on that. So you put it back on there, and you keep working on it. And it's amazing how simple, how you get your shading. We have flat brushes. We have all the sizes you need to do all sorts of little flowers and big flowers, and you can just enjoy while you're learning. You can have a good time doing it.
A great motivation to get you started on your way to one-stroke painting. And of course, our motivation for doing these programs are hearing from you, hearing how much you enjoy this type of programming, how you want more. So we need for you to do something very simple right now. That's called the number on your screen, and support your public television station. Let us know how much you enjoy this type of programming. Let Donna know by calling in with your pledge of support, because we can't do it without you. And Donna, you have made it so easy and so much fun. Here's Dolores with more information on those special thank you gifts.
Thank you, Shannon, and we want to thank you if you've already called in, but if you haven't, if it's time for you to renew your membership in public television, or perhaps pledge an additional gift, or become a brand new member of public television, call the number on your screen right now. It's so important because pledges add up to great programming, and that's how we pay for programs here on public television. Now, let me remind you of the different levels available for one-stroke painting today. At that $150 level, when you call in, not only will you receive the 16-page workbook full of all types of techniques and tips for those flowers that we've been showing you today. You'll also receive a video. It's 60 minutes, and it has more techniques and tips than you've seen, as well as all of the paintings, a complete set of brushes, all of that at the $150 level in support of one-stroke painting with Donna Dewberry. Also at the $90 level, we also have a workbook and a paint kit, and at $75, we have a reusable teaching guide with instructions as well as the video. Give us a call right now. Pledge your support for how-to programs on public television. Shannon and Donna?
And it is so important that you call right now. The numbers on your screen. Make that pledge of support to this public television station. And Donna, we're hearing from so many people who are making that $150 pledge today. They are getting the ultimate kit, but they're getting it to send as a gift to perhaps a friend or to a family member.
That's right. And you know what? When you touch somebody's life, I want you to think about having a group that gets together every Wednesday or whenever my show's on and sit there and paint together. And I've got people that have painted all year together, and then they sold the products at the end of the year at little craft sales. And then, besides, they learned a talent together, enjoyed each other, but then they gave it to a charity. So they were having a great time. They were having a great time doing it.
And the great thing about your technique is that it is so versatile. Not only can you paint on the paper like you're doing right now, but you can make a lot of different crafts items as well.
That's right, and what I'd like to show you is that as you're learning these strokes, you can put them together. I'm teaching you different flowers, but imagining taking those flowers and decorating your home, decorating gifts for people, starting a business. I mean, so many people have said that they're just having a good time doing it, and people say, oh, I want one of those too. Or you never told me you were an artist. And they're like, of course I'm not an artist. But you know what? You'll become and feel like an artist by putting a few strokes together with my simple technique. And I'm a mother of 7. I wanted something for myself to decorate my home. I made it very simple because I have no patience.
And it is simple today for you to call in with your pledge of support to this public television station. The number's on your screen. Go to the phone, dial those numbers. Call us. Let us know how much you value this type of programming, the how-to programs that we bring you, especially here on public television. Consider that $150 pledge today. We'd love to send you as our special thank you the one-stroke painting ultimate kit. Again, Donna has put everything into this that you need to get started on your journey to becoming a one-stroke painter. This is just a stroke of genius, Donna, that you have put this all together.
It's so much fun.
It is a lot of fun, but we need your help. We do need for you to call that number right now. It's on your screen. Here's Dolores with more information.
And we hope you'll call the number on your screen right now. Consider perhaps making a pledge, and perhaps you'd like to send this wonderful combo from Donna Dewberry at the $150 to a friend or relative who enjoys painting or who enjoys crafts. Again, it's available at the $150 level. It's the ultimate paint kit from Flowers for All Seasons. You'll get each different month has a different flower that you can learn in the workbook. You also receive the 60-minute videotape with extra footage on it, actually more techniques and tips than what you're seeing right now. You'll also receive all of the paints as well as the set of brushes. Just our way of saying thank you so much for your investment in public television. And it's such an important investment because when you call in, you make great programs possible. At that $90 level, if that's the right level for you, our thank you gift to you is the workbook as well as a paint kit and the guide. And at $75, you'll get that reusable teaching guide with instructions as well as the video. Choose a level that's right for you and support public television today with your pledge of support. Now back to Shannon and Donna.
And Donna, you know, one of the great things about this is that it doesn't necessarily require a lot of time. I mean, you've been working on this painting for about 10 minutes, and look at it. It's absolutely wonderful.
How many of us have a lot of time? We don't have a lot of time. We're always busy running around doing things in this busy world, and this makes it perfect. Because if you're a person like I am, who has no patience, has 7 children, you don't have to have 7 children. There's other ways to become a good painter.
And you can become a good painter by watching your public television station, by watching Donna's programs. But to do that, we need for you to call in with your pledge of support because your dollars that you donate make it possible for this public television station to continue bringing you quality programming like Donna's. And Donna, we have to tell people again, with that pledge for $150 today, when you call the number on your screen, they will get the ultimate guide, and that truly does have everything in it that people need to be successful.
They get my workbook, so they have my strokes at home with them. Not only do you get my workbook, but you get a 1-hour video that's just exclusive for PBS so that you can learn all these strokes along with me.
Now, what do you tell those folks out there who may still be doubting and wondering, is this really for me? Can I really do this?
You know what? If you feel like you can't do this, all you have to do is watch me for a minute and me showing you that I'm going to show you that we're filling that brush with paint. We're holding the brush straight up and down. After you practice on my sheet, you're just going to move the brush following the strokes I've done. You can trace off my strokes and put them here, so you're just filling in the spot. But let me tell you, it's very simple strokes. And if you don't feel like it's something that you're going to jump into, think about somebody in your life that this would touch by giving them something that they could do.
Enriching program here on public television. That's what we're all about, bringing joy and happiness to your life. But we need your help to call that number. And now here's another look at those special thank you gifts.
Expand your mind with Orange County Public Television, KOCE.
Hi, I'm Donna Dewberry. Welcome to my painting studio. I'm so excited about today's painting lesson. Have you always wanted to learn how to paint? It's as easy as one stroke, so let's get started. let's get started. And the first thing we're going to do is learn how to load the brush. We're going to pick up our flat brush, and we're using all flat brushes to do our strokes. They're synthetic nylon, and they have good little thin chisel edges. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dip into two colors. We're going to use a sunflower and a green forest here, and we're going to work back and forth. All right, dip, dip, or just work right in the middle, back and forth. The key is, see how hard I'm pushing? We want to get that brush really full of paint. Most important part of my technique is loading the brush, really working the paint in. I want it at least 2/3 full of paint, all right, on both sides. Now, I'm not worrying about the shade, just how much paint I've got on here. And we've got some floating medium here. This is the fluff it's actually the fluff that's inside the paint with no pigment in it, no color. And so what I'm going to do is anytime I think I want to use water, I want to go to the floating medium. I'm going to dip into that, work it in, right back where I was, and then I'm ready. Now, you're only allowed to use that every second or third stroke. If you use too much, it'll make your painting muddy. So now we're going to go over and start painting. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint some grass. Now, these are great beginner strokes. If you've never painted before, you're going to love this because basically, if you've loaded this brush right, everything else is going to go pretty darn easy. Look at this. We're going to be up on the chisel edge. We're going to be leading with a lighter color, and we're going to slowly lift the yellow. See this? Lightly lifting the yellow, dragging the green. All right, I want you to just see that really good because this is what we're going to do right here. We're going to take our whole arm with us as we do this, though. See my little finger kind of is guiding me there. I'm going to start here, lift the yellow edge, and then drag. Now, see, every once in a while, you're going to see that draggy, dry area. It's not going to matter because we're going to put wildflowers, but that means I needed more paint. It was getting dry. See this? All right. Now, we're going to go on these blades of grass, and we're going to put some wildflowers. See this? Okay. Now, we're going to take a smaller flat brush, a number 12, and we're going to pick up the first colors we're going to use. And I'm going to pick up some white and night sky. Let's put it right here. And let's load that brush. Same way. See, I can dip into the white, back over here on the blue. Okay, let's work it all in, 2/3 full. Believe it or not, the smaller brush is harder to get it all the way up there than the large brush was. Okay, now we're going to be picking up paint over and over, all right? Now we're going to come to the top of this blade of grass, especially the one I don't like here that I got really fanned out. And I'm going to pull simple strokes, same thing that I was doing up on the chisel edge of the brush, but I'm leading with a lighter color. Pick up more paint. And then we're going to keep coming down. Now, this is what I want you to see. It's all going down at an angle. It's not straight. It's kind of slightly going towards the green blade of grass. And we're walking these strokes from the left to the right. I'm going to keep picking up paint, walking it from the left to the right, all the way down. And see, the reason I like you to do this from left to the right instead of doing this number is that you will have something exact here instead of real natural looking. See, we don't want that look. It's kind of like wheat. We want to go over this, and we want to randomly pull left to right as we come all the way down here. Now, talking about a little bit of design, you kind of learn design as we go. You don't have to use a pattern, and that's what makes this really fun. What we want to do is we want to pick up the next color, and I'm going to just wash out in the water my number 12, pick up some berry wine and some wicker white, actually going to go in between the two. All right. Now, I'm going to have maybe a pink one over here. See, I'm going to follow the angle of that brush. Now, see, I can push a little bit harder on some of them and leave a little bit of a dry, brushy look. And see, that's okay. Or if I want every one of them perfect, let's come over here and do a shorter pink one over here. I can do a short one. I can push a little bit. Or just remember, the harder you push, the fatter that little stroke's going to be. But it's still fun. See how much fun that is? All sorts of different styles of flowers. Same brush. Now we're going to do some other little flowers with that same stroke, all right? Now we're going to pick up the yellow and the white. Remember, we're breaking down your paint with a white each time. So if you want yellow, you want a bright yellow so it looks yellow when you're done. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little daisy. So we're going to touch, lean towards where we're pulling it to and pull, which we're going to pull it to the center. So touch, lean, pull all the way around and make this great little daisy. Touch, lean, pull all the way around. All right, take the handle of the brush, dip it in the green or whatever color you want and dot it. It's just that easy. Actually, I taught myself how to paint with the handle of the brush when I first started. I did all kinds of dot flowers. But if you're starting out, you're going to love this because it's so easy. You're using the handle of the brush. You're doing just these little teeny short strokes. And now look at this. So far, the grass, that little stroke, all those little heather-looking wildflowers were all with this chisel edge, the little bristle edge of the brush. Now, I have another little flower that's really fun, and it's a dandelion, kind of. It's the wrong color, I understand. Everybody's saying that's not really what color dandelions are. But I'm pretending it's just some kind of fluffy little wildflower. Let's do that. I actually get little wildflower books and sit and look at little floral design ones and design it from there. Okay? Now we're flipping this time. Now remember, I'm making you take your whole arm, not flipping your wrist when we're doing the grass. Well, on this one, I want you to flip it at the wrist, okay? We're touching and flipping all these little teeny strokes outward. All right, pick up some more paint. Lots of paint, but now remember, the white's going first because the lighter color is going to go first, and we're dragging the darker color behind. Now we can take this brush. If it's too dark, we can flip the brush around. See, I had it white first, now I'm flipping it, and blue. The blue's going to go first. So I can drag a little bit of white highlights in there. See that? I want you to play with this. I want you to have fun with it. I want you to enjoy it. And you know what? It only takes about an hour of practicing before you're going, you know what? I can paint. I never thought I could. And you know what? Look at this. So far, we're still doing these little simple strokes that are very easy. Stroke work sometimes scares people because they think, oh, you've got to be skilled and have fine motor skills. Not with this. Very simple little strokes, but you can have this wonderful little garden. And we haven't even done a leaf or anything, so, and it still looks pretty. Just imagine putting that on a little greeting card or a note card and sending it to somebody. All right, now we're going to come back in and do a vine that comes up and over our design. And it's getting a little bit more skilled, but not really. I want you to see how simple this is. I'm going to dip in the floating medium because I want this vine to go up and around smoothly. Okay? We're going to start in the ground because that's where it's going to grow from. And we're going to do one nice loose vine. Nice and wavy, okay? Not really rigid. Now we're going to start on this side. Come over. This side. Come over. See, just slightly come up and come back. Now remember, don't grow all those vines from the ground because that's not really how they grow in nature. They kind of come off and branch off of the original vine. I mean, you can even take that vine now and have another piece go off of that. But we don't want to do that yet because what we want to do is place our flowers and our leaves. And even though you're not going to really see much of your vine and when you're all done, you know what, it helps me with placement so I don't have to draw a pattern. All right? Now what we're going to do at this point is put in some blue flowers. Now these, they could be any color you want. Remember, have it match your house. Whatever you want, or somebody else's house you're giving to as a gift. Now, these are 5-petal flowers. Just remember, you can do anything over 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever you like. Now what we're going to do is put our little finger here. Let's get a good spot here. And we're going to touch, push the blue out, and let the brush stand back up. Touch, push, let it come back, touch, push. Now, the most important thing I like you to see when I'm doing this, see, I'm going to come around and do 5 petals. And see, look at this, I got a little dry edge there. If I don't like it, I'm going to come back. This is the beauty of one-stroke painting. We're blending, shading, and highlighting in each stroke. If I don't like the stroke I've done, I pick up fresh paint and go over that and re-stroke over that. Now, what I want you to see that is really important here is that I'm not turning the brush. I'm not turning my wrist like this. Remember that. because everybody has a tendency to do that because it kind of looks like maybe that's what we're doing. Now let's look at this at another angle. We touch, you just push down on your bristles and you let your bristles do that work. And then you kind of guide them and stand back up. Now a lot of people say, ooh, I've got this nasty little white spot there I don't like. Well, guess what? If you don't see it, don't worry about it because I'm going to stroke right back over that edge. When I put the next pet on, you don't see it. The only time you'd have to worry about it is on your last stroke. Push, lift, see, there it is again. And see, even I do that, so I don't worry about, see, I don't like that. It's got too much white in it. Look at this, just go back over it. Just that simple. Now, I'm going to come in here and do a couple of these little guys here that are just like trailing blossoms where I don't make the whole blossom. Do a couple little small ones, dot, dot, dot. So they're trailing off of there. Now I do it just that easy and you're going, it's not that easy. But actually you'll be surprised that very quickly you'll be doing strokes and you'll feel like an artist. If you just kind of follow what I'm showing you here, you're going to touch, push out, push out, push out. See this? All the way around. And the most important thing, besides all the other most important things I tell you, is to enjoy yourself. And don't worry, you know, nature's not perfect. Everything in and out in the garden that you see, not every petal's just exactly alike. So I kind of enjoy it. I don't worry about it being all exact. I'm just playing around, having a good time, learning how to paint as we go so that you're enjoying what you're doing and not stressing. I have 7 children, remember, and when I'm saying 7 children makes a big difference when you need some stress release, and painting was that for me. So hopefully you'll enjoy it, and painting might be that for you. It's a good way not to think about your woes, okay? Now what we want to do is we want to take and load this brush with 2 colors again. This is a number 12, a smaller brush again, and we're going to do 1-stroke leaves, all right? They're really simple and fun. You're just going to touch, push down, turn and lift. Push, turn, lift. Now, I'm going to do this slowly this way. Okay, let's come over here. Let me get some good paint on here. Now, see, I'm going to touch, push down, turn the green slightly towards the tip, and lift. Now, you don't want to do a complete half circle when you're turning. Let's do it right here. Touch, push, turn slightly, and then slide to the tip. Just that easy, and that's a 1-stroke leaf. Blending, shading, and highlighting in each stroke. Now we're going to come all the way around. I like to do clusters of 3 sometimes. And one way to help you to know which direction to have those leaves go is I take my fingers, and wherever my fingers are pointing is where a leaf could point, all along the vine. All right? And that's going to help you because a lot of times when you're first starting out, you're learning how to stroke and how to do some painting, but you're not sure about design. And that's kind of like a design thing. So I don't want you to stress about it. I want you to look at that and say, okay, my finger's pointing there. Donna said I could put one there. Just that easy. Same thing with a blossom if you want to have a flower point in a certain way. Now what we're going to do is come, this gives you another opportunity. If you don't, see, I don't like those leaves right on top of the vine. I like them off the vine. So then you can come in, you're going to be able to come right in here and pull another opportunity to pull stems from out here in. Now every time I'm off and you don't see me, I'm out here getting more paint, so just think about that. That's how often you want to get paint. Actually, we can put it right here so you can see. But it's real important that you're getting lots of paint, you're pulling the stem into each leaf. Actually, I usually tell you to stroke a leaf and then pull a stem so that you'll get a good habit there of doing that, because I actually like the stems in there. See, I'm a little shaky there, but it doesn't matter if I don't like one. See, I put a leaf right on top of that. Cover any of my mistakes or anything I don't like. So, now we're going to take and come in here, put some curly cues. This is the only brush I use water, so let me show you how we get this brush loaded and how we fill in paint in this brush at the right consistency so that you can do curly cues. And these tendrils really made me feel artistic, okay? We're going to take and we're going to go into water, and right on the edge of this plate, you like my palette here? It's just a foam plate. Isn't that great? We all have those usually in our kitchen, and then, you know what? I don't have to clean up. I throw it in the garbage. Look at this. I go and pick up water at least 3 times, and I'm making a circle, and each time I make a circle, so you get a spot like that that you can go next to your paint. I don't want you to pull from here and go to the side. Do not do that. I want you to make little circles next to the paint. Now, you roll your brush so you don't have a big drip, and you pull out of it. I can even, let me pull this paper towel up here. I can even lay it there and get the excess water if I'm worried, and then pull from it, okay? Now, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take this brush like you're putting it in your hand like a pencil, and then pull it up to the first knuckle, all right? Now, we're gonna move from the shoulder. We're not moving from our wrist or our fingers, from the shoulder, okay? We're gonna come over here, and I want you to take your little finger. Of course, it's better to let this dry, but I want you to get going, making circles. Watch this. Slowly lower it, and then I have curls. Now look, this was what makes it look better, is if you do 1, 2, 3 one way, and reverse and do a couple the other way. All right? Now, doesn't that make it look fun when you start adding those? All right? Now let's use a scruffy brush, my beginner's favorite brush. We're going to take this brush. It's got to be dry. You take this brush and you really fluff it out. See this? Really fluff this brush out. Take your fingernails and really pull it out. Dry when you start. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pounce in 2 colors. We pounce half the brush into yellow. Now we're going to go on the edge of the green puddle, pounce half of it into green. Lots of paint, okay? And this pouncing effect is really nice. Hear it? That's what I want to see. Really hard pounces. Don't be dipping like this. Hard pounces. Makes a huge difference. I just taught a bunch of people how to paint on walls, and that was their biggest problem. They weren't pouncing. They weren't pouncing hard enough. They were just kind of dipping into it. Now see this? We're putting green up. I'm not turning the brush around. I'm keeping the green up, and I'm moving. See, I'm moving up and down. This is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see a straight line like this. All right? So pounce. You'll see. Let's go back to the palette. We're going to keep coming back to the palette. Hear the pouncing here? This pouncing here is the same pouncing as when you're loading it. Okay? Now you can make it look like there's another layer right here. Bring some dark in there. Now this is the only time you have to let anything dry. If you notice, as I was painting, I didn't let anything dry in between. I just painted on top of painting, on top of stroke, on top of stroke, which made it really fun and quick. I have no patience, so I like everything really quick. But when it got to the mossing, we're using a lot of paint, so we've got to let it dry a little bit. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and show you. We take another dry brush, and we're going to load it. If you clean that one out, you pounce that one into your basin, that's a good thing. With our flat brushes, we rake it to get the paint all out of the silver part. Look at this. The silver part of the ferrule is considered the ferrule, and you don't want paint to dry in the ferrule. So on this brush, as we're pouncing this brush right here, you pounce that into the water, squeeze it really good, and dry it out. Now, on this one, we're going to pounce it all white. Okay, let's go get a little bit of pink on one little edge. Turn the other edge of the brush over. Let's go over here to get some blue, maybe. Okay? Now, if you can see, I don't know if you can tell that, we've got a little bit of pink on one corner and a little bit of blue on the other corner. See that? All right, isn't that great? You can just see, I can just lean the brush, tip a little bit of pink. There we go. Come around here. Okay, now turn the brush over and tilt it. Now, before I wasn't tilting that brush. Now, I don't want you to tilt that brush when you're doing your green. Okay? See this? Now, the key to this is I don't have to wash this brush all out again. All I have to do is wipe off that extra color and pick up, see, I'm just going to take on a dry paper towel, take all that extra color off, repounce it into the white. Okay, then tip another color, because I hate anything where I have to take and wait for that brush and dry that brush all out. So this kind of helps you cheat, so you can like grab the next color. There we go. Now, wasn't that fun? I had a lot of fun. I hope you did. But don't go away. I'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jeff Mose along with Rhea Fiken and our special guest Donna Dewberry, and we invite you to stay tuned for more of One Stroke Painting with Donna Dewberry. This is a brand new how-to special here on public television. And in just a moment, we'll tell you about some very special thank you gifts that we have to offer you today for supporting your local public television station. Now, if you're like me, you've probably taken art classes in middle school and high school and maybe became a little frustrated by it. Well, as you're seeing here today, One Stroke Painting, which is a brand new special to public television, will show you the easy way to do painting and create these great works yourself. And you know, you can always count on public television to bring you the best in how-to programming. You tune to us for tips on cooking great meals or for fixing up your house. And now, we're helping you paint some beautiful pictures that are sure to impress your family and friends. And when they ask who taught you how to paint like that, you can tell them you learned from Donna Dewberry and public television. But if you want to keep seeing programming like you're watching today, you must call the number on your screen and this station with a pledge of financial support. And for a pledge of $150, you will be well on your way to doing some wonderful painting with the One Stroke Ultimate Combo Kit. Now, this kit contains 3 one-stroke workshop videos that are 60 minutes each in length. Also, an outstanding workbook, the 32-page one-stroke workbook complete with paint kit and brushes, 3 pattern sheets. There's a one-stroke scruffy brush and a reusable practice sheet. And think about this. You can do it at your leisure in the comfort of your home. What could be more exhilarating than creating these works yourself, reducing stress at the same time? And now, here's Rhea Fiken with our special guest, Donna Dewberry.
Thank you very much. Donna, you are a marvel. I mean, tell me, how many years did you go to art school to learn how to do it?
Oh, I didn't. Guess what? I taught myself at home how to paint. And you know what? Everybody else can do that, too, with a little bit of practice.
I know. You say that, and I'm going to believe you, but I'm going to try a little bit later on and see if it works on a real dummy.
It's easy, but you know what drove me to this? This is my 7 children.
Uh-huh.
I said, when you have 7 children, I needed something to get rid of the stress at the end of the night, and I would sit up all night, literally, and paint at my dining room table. And what I wanted is a way to teach people at home how they could paint, and with all the tools I didn't have. I wish that I had a video that showed me how, because I couldn't take painting lessons. I didn't have time to, like, leave a nursing baby to go take a class.
Sure.
But you know what? What I've done is made this possible so you can learn at home too, just like I was doing.
The thing that is so wonderful to me about it is that not only can a beginner do it, but anyone can really learn to do it, and a whole family can do it together. We're all looking for things to do with our families, and older people who have time to be at home and want to do something that's creative and makes them feel really good, this is it.
And if I was depressed or worried about finances or teenagers, what I would do is I would just sit down, and when you're painting, watch this, when you're creating, you know what happens? You forget about all your woes. And so if you've got somebody out there that you love that needs something, just think about giving them as a gift, this as a gift. You're giving a gift to public TV because you're helping put on free TV for everybody. And that excites me, that you're able to do something other than the normal cable television that's out there.
This is sort of like a miracle to me to see you do this and watch it. And I do want to remind all of you that in order to do it, you need to have the tools. And in order to get the tools, we're hoping that you're going to call the number on your screen and make the best possible pledge that you can. And we are suggesting, if you'd like to make a pledge of $150, we'd like to send you as a thank you gift Donna Dewberry's One Stroke Ultimate Combo. And the kit contains 3 one-stroke workshop videos. The first one.
You have 3 one-hour videos at home with you.
That's right. The first one is basic flowers. The second one is basic fruits and animals. And the third one is the advanced techniques. And they're there for you.
And guess what, Rhea?
What?
This is the only place they can get this combination. This is the only way they can get it, is by calling on public TV.
What a deal. It also has a 32-page one-stroke workbook. It has complete paint kit with brushes and 3 pattern sheets and a scruffy brush and a reusable practice sheet. And
now look
can
how
I
fast that
interrupt you
happened.
for a second?
Oh, I would love you to show that book.
Okay. here we are. This sort of looks like what you're doing.
Right. And here's the workbook. Let me show you on the video what we're going to do together. Right. This is the picture I painted on the video, and I shrunk it down so you don't have to freeze the video and look at it. But right here is what I do with you.
Wait. Before you do it, I just want to show everybody that what we have here
is clear plastic.
Clear plastic.
It comes right in there with you.
Clear plastic on here.
And this is right on the teacher's stroke, right at home with you. You put your brush down. Look how hard that is. Start and end. Okay? You go. You push your brush down. You wiggle, and you lift. There you go. You practice it, you slide it and say, oh, is that looking like Donna's? And as soon as it starts looking like mine, then you build the flower. And just that easy.
The best thing about it is you don't have to do it on television, so nobody's going to see you when you don't do it right.
And if you make mistakes, you can do it. You can stroke right over them if you make a mistake or something you don't like. As I'm stroking here, if I don't like the stroke I've done, we just pick up more paint and we go right back over it again. Just that easy. No water, real simple. And you know what? What's really good, I always forget to tell everybody.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Right? It looks like oils, rich, vivid colors, but you know what? It's water-based, so it doesn't hurt anybody, and no smell. You know.
It is really a miracle.
Kids get it all over. It doesn't hurt you.
And the combo kit is yours when you make a pledge of $150. The number's on your screen, but it's not the only thing that you can get to help you paint. Let's go back to Jeff.
Thank you very much, Rhea. We have some additional thank you gifts with a pledge of $90 to Public Television. How about this? Donna Dewberry's one-stroke combo. Now, this kit contains one brush stroke basics video. Now, that's 30 minutes in length. It also includes the basic stroke workshop, which is 36 pages that Donna and Rhea just showed you. And it also includes one Rosebud reusable teaching guide and a paint kit. Or how about at the $75 level? We'll say thank you by sending you the Donna Dewberry one-stroke basics video and teaching guide. Now, this kit contains a one-stroke brush stroke basics video, that's 30 minutes in length, and one Rosebud reusable teaching guide and instructions. Now, we have volunteers in our studios who are ready to take your pledge. Please call now and welcome Donna Dewberry into the Public Television family with your financial support. Remember that great feeling you had the last time you finished a painting or a craft project? It's a sense of accomplishment and indeed of satisfaction. And if you do a good job, you can enjoy that great feeling every time you see the results of your efforts. At Public Television today, we're in the middle of our most important job of all, and that job is membership. We need numbers to, well, our members that are the numbers are the dollars that keep Public Television strong. And you are that member that we want. Best of all, if you call right now and make a pledge with the number on your screen, we'll show our appreciation by sending you those thank you gifts. And again, we thank you for your support. Rhea?
We do want to hear from you, and we do want Donna to keep on painting.
Now, look, I even put a fun brush called a scruffy brush. And what's fun about the scruffy brush is that this is the beginner's favorite brush because look, look at that, and you have a flower. And all you're doing is you're picking up two colors. We're pouncing those around. Look at this. Pounce, pounce, pounce.
Oh, it looks so wonderful. I do want to remind you that we are here. We are hoping to hear from you. The phones are getting very, very busy. That's the kind of thing we want right here on Public Television. Without your support, we can't bring you programs like Donna Dewberry's one-stroke painting. She originated this great technique. You can paint at home. Your kids can paint at home. You can do this as a family. Give you a lot of satisfaction, and while you're getting these wonderful thank you gifts, you are indeed helping us here at Public Television. This is your public television station. We bring you the programs you want to see, and we need you. You're the public in public television, and without you, we can't do our job. So we'll be back with Donna in just a little while. Please watch the next part of the show, learn some more, and then please remember, call us.
We'll come back with a hummingbird. Isn't one-stroke painting fun? Now let's learn how to paint sunflowers. they're going to be just as easy as wildflowers were for you to paint. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick up our scruffy brush, and we're going to take this brush and make sure it's dry, nice and fluffy. See this? Nice and fluffy. Take your fingernails, really make it into a pretty oval so that we can load this brush really well. Now, what we're going to do is take and pounce it into our maple syrup and our licorice, and we're going to do half maple syrup, maybe even more than half, because I want this is going to be the center of the sunflower. So we don't want it to be too black, okay? Just a little bit of black. There we go. All right? Half brown, half black. Now, we're going to be double-handed here. We're going to have a brush in both hands. This brush, the number 12 flat, remember I do all my strokes with a flat brush. We're going to take this brush and we're going to work it in between the yellow ochre and the school bus yellow. Kind of a bright color and a more dull color. So we've got the shading all at one time. All right? Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come over here, ready to paint this sunflower. This is actually a really simple flower to do. And actually, I put a lot of people on it as a beginner stroke also. So we're going to pounce like a C motion. Can you see? We're going to start right there. Can you see the C? Okay. That kind of rhymes together, doesn't it? All right, we're going to pounce the brown up, bring it around, nice round oval. Now pounce the brown back on top of the black. Can you see that? Let's do that again right in here. I want more brown because what I want to see is a chocolate donut with chocolate icing. Kind of looks like that, doesn't it? All right. Now, while that's nice and wet, I'm going to switch brushes. All right, we're going to come right here. We're going to pick up some yellow and some gold. We're going to grab the edge of that, push, turn left, push, turn left. Now, what we're doing here is we're going to do one-stroke leaves. Push, turn left, all the way around, grabbing the wet paint. Okay, push, turn left, push, turn left. All the way around here. See, now what I think is beautiful about this, what makes it so easy for you when you're beginning to paint, if you've never painted before and you're going to love, is that it blends, shades, and highlight as we're pulling the stroke right from the wet. See this? We've got little brown streaks here. If you were painting this, traditional painting methods, what would happen is that you would come back, do this gold, do the petal gold, do it light, do shading, pull little streaks in it, come back here, work on the center. We're doing it all in one stroke. Now, I want you to look at this brush. Right on the edge of this brush, I pounced in and I picked up a little bit of gold, okay? See the little bit of gold on the edge? Now, while that center's wet, we want to take that little bit of gold and we want to come right over here and pounce right along here. And while it's wet, it kind of blends in a little bit to the brown, and it doesn't make it look like it's laying on top. It looks like it's shaded into it. Now, what we want to do at this point is, let's do a half of a sunflower. All right, little half a sunflower right here. And I have a little bit of that gold in there still. It doesn't bother me. I just come over here, pick up paint, lots of paint. See how much paint? Lots. Grab that wet. What I'd like to remind you here while I'm thinking about it is if this paint, the center, dries up before you get all the way around, all you do is repounce the area that dried up and then start putting some more strokes on it. Just that easy. All right, now if I want a half of one right here, a little bit of a little sprig there, that's all you do. Just a few little one-stroke leaves there. Now, we're going to come in and put some leaves. These leaves are real fun, but they're really big, all right? So what we want to do, I've got my floating medium kind of running around my plate here, so let's turn it around. I'm going to take this brush, the flat brush, larger, the 3/4 inch, and I'm going to work in between the yellow and the green forest. So school bus yellow here, really bright, and the green forest. 2/3 up the brush, pushing really hard. Dip into my floating medium, work that in. No water, remember. Floating medium's okay, but not water. All right, now we're going to grab this. Touch, lean away, and pull. Grab that sunflower. Touch, lean away, and we're leading with our yellow. Remember, a lighter color always works better when we're doing that stroke. Now, short little strokes. All right, to grab that bud and then pull it back down. Now, pretty easy so far. Now this leaf is real fun. I want to show you quickly here. See that? Slide down, and then I run it all the way back. Now, I'm going to slow down so you can watch me do it slower and see that the movement's quite easy, and it's not as hard. I mean, it looks real fun. It is real fun and easy. Let me show you how. I'm going to make a full leaf, and I'm going to kind of do a line like this so it looks like a kite. Can you see the kite? There we go. Now, follow this movement with me. Your eyes are watching the dark green. You're going to start right here on this line. You're going to go out over that line. See, out over that line? It's just like a loop, 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 all the way. See, I'm sliding down the center. Watch the center this time. See if I can get my arm in here so you can still see this. All the way down to the tip. It's kind of like an upside-down Christmas tree. Well, sideways Christmas tree, huh? There we go. See if I don't like what I'm doing here, just clean it back up. There's no mistakes with one stroke. Pull the stem in while that's nice and wet. Just that easy. All right? Now, that was fun. I think you'll like doing that. Sunflowers, remember, are a great way to start. But now we're going to do roses. They're my favorite. And most people like to do roses, but I mean, would like to be able to paint a rose. They can grow them sometimes, but they definitely don't ever think they can paint them. Well, I'm going to show you a really quick way to paint roses that really look like a rose. Now, I'm going to put this one over here to the side so we're ready to paint. I've got my palette already with all these bright colors for roses, and I like to do a color that's kind of like a peace rose. And it's got a berry wine and a white. You know what? I want to show you something real quick that's important that I sometimes fail to tell you. You take and you wet the brush first. We don't start with a dry brush, all right? We wet the brush and we lay it down on a paper towel and let the excess water run out. It's a flat brush, nice chisel, all right? The chisel's this little tip here. Sometimes people say, Donna, you never told me what a chisel was. Well, I now have, right? Now, let's load this brush. Oops, I need floating medium on this plate, so when I'm over here on my easel, I'll have it. Let's put a little bit right here. See, it's the fluff in the paint with no pigment, all right? Let's work this paint in our brush. Most important part of one-stroke painting is filling your brush full of paint, knowing how to load that brush, and not letting it get muddy. Some of you, as you'll paint, you'll find out that your brush gets all pink. We don't want it to be pink. We want to definitely see white and berry wine, okay? Now I like to sometimes dip into a third color. Now we're going to get really tricky on you, okay? We're going to dip a little bit of yellow. See that? A little bit of sunflower. I can work that in. But this is what I'm going to do. As I'm painting, every once in a while, I'll come over here and go dip, 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 and paint. All right? So every time you feel like you need it, that's what I want you to do. We're going to start here. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to wiggle and do a seashell. All right? Doesn't that look like a seashell? Just as easy as that. Watch the yellow or the lighter edge. We're wiggling. Now, see this brush? I'm doing this. All right, that's the movement that we're doing. Okay? 1, 2, 3, wiggle. All the way around, picking up more paint. 1, 2, 3. See that little starter stroke? As we're dipping in here, we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, 5, 6. You want to get it all blended in. But we don't blend it on our plate. We come right over here and do it right on our piece. Okay, lots more paint. Now, we're going to put 2 lines here because we're going to do a rosebud in the center of that rose. Now, let's come right here and show you away from the rose so that you can see it really nice and clear. That we go from this line up and over to the second line. Now, our eyes are watching the lighter edge as we're making a U. We're going to come right here and make a second U, and that's how we do our rosebud. We can even do a couple more little strokes if we want to. But what we're going to do inside this rose is we're just going to do 2 of those strokes. Up and over, there's 1, and there's 2. Now, you face that bud in whichever direction you want that flower to be facing. See this line right here? Right on that exact line, the same height. I want you to lean out and go 1, 2, 3. That's that starter stroke. It's like 1, 2, 3, go. Ready? All right, right here. We're ready to do this side. 1, 2, 3. Let's go on this side. All right. See, I'm going to keep coming down here and picking up paint. Around here. I don't like to tip it though because my floating medium's running all over when I'm tipping it for you. All right, now, lots of times at this point, you will mess up your bud. And so we want to go in and clean it up a little bit, all right? So we just re-stroke right here because I don't want you to feel like, oh no, I've messed up my flower now. All you do is go pick it back up. Now touch on that same line, lean out with the white and scoop across. Now if you watch this brush right on top of there again, scoop. Let's do this side, scoop across this way. See the bristles come up? It's real important. Watch me one more time. Scooping those bristles up. All right, now one little slice right underneath. Now I went over that so many times I've got a little muddy there, so I could just clean that up a little bit. So now what we've done is we've used darker colors to get that depth. We want it to look really deep and rich in the middle so that you can see the layers of the petals. Okay? Now, we're going to pick up and do our leaves. All right, we're going to pick up white and the green. This is a dark green. We could do a lighter green if we'd like to. Okay, now we're going to touch here. We're leaning the yellow first and we're coming around. Touch, lean, lift as we come around. All right, all the way around that rose. Touch, lean, pull back. So that's what we do first in our design, is we pull our stems first. Then we're going to come right in here. And watch this. 1, 2, 3. We're going to wiggle. And we're going to make a full leaf. We're going to pull a stem right in. Now, I'm going to slow down and show you how to do that a little bit slower so that you can pick this up and see how easy it is to create a leaf. We're going to put our V there. And watch this. 1, 2, 3. Now, your eyes are watching the dark green edge. And doesn't that look like a seashell? That's just like the rose we were just doing, that rose petal. Look here again. Wiggle, there's our seashell. Our handle of our brush is very important that it stays straight up and down, and then we slide to the tip. 1, 2, 3, we wiggle. And then when we see the seashell, then we can slide to the tip. Now what's amazing about this is that pretty much looks like a heart to me. Doesn't it look like one to you? You could come in here now. I'm going to pick up oops, I picked up a lot of pink. Watch this. Let's pick up. And here's another side you can do, just kind of sliding. All right? Do some one-stroke leaves in here. See, I'm starting to lose my paint. All I do is add a little bit of floating medium and re-stroke over it. Don't feel like, oh no, I've messed up. I like to come in with a few of the let's come up here, the number 12. Smaller leaves, okay? Let's do a few of those. Let me show you. We're going to use floating medium. Say my brush is dirty. I've got a new brush, so of course it's not. Let's take and clean it into the floating medium. Okay. Let's get a little bit more because I don't have much color. See, like we're cleaning it into there. Okay. Now, we're going to rake that off and we're going to paint with this. And we're going to have a little soft pink. Now, they can be any color. They can be brown or green. And when they dry, it's amazing. It looks like shadow leafing in the back. And I have fun. I've really been doing this a lot on a lot of my furniture pieces and all that I paint. And just gives it a little bit of detail. All right? Then we come in with our scruffy brush. We're going to come here, and the scruffy brush is really good for doing wisteria, and the wisteria is really good for covering up anything that you feel like you did really bad. All right, but we're not going to do anything really bad. We're going to be really good and have a good time while we're doing it. No negativity, okay? We're going to pounce into the white and half purple. Okay, look at that brush again. We want a little bit of both colors. Looks like I need a little bit more white. Let's go over here and pick up a little bit more white. Here, lots of hard pouncing, because then that's what I want you to do up here. And I want you to pounce around areas. See that? Now, I'm not turning the brush around. I'm just moving like this, okay? We're going to come in here, pounce by leaning the brush on its edge, okay? And if you over pounce it, it will become light lavender. We don't want to do that. We want to make sure that as we're pouncing it, we're getting all that pretty shading. But we're also keeping a good shape, okay? There's my round area. And it doesn't, I don't want straight little designs here. I want it to curve and hang out of our design. So we don't want to just have two, because that's an even number. Let's come in here and put a little piece of one right here. So we'll have 3. And it's even fun when it starts picking up some of the green and all those other colors. Now this is acrylic paint. It's water-based. There's no smell. You don't have to worry about cleaning up with nasty chemicals. All we're doing here is we're using water cleanup. I keep running over here and getting the water over here because this script liner, we're going to do curlicues. We need water for it. But what the beauty about this is that you can wash it up right in your kitchen sink even with, I even use some dish soap sometime to work into my brushes to get that out. Now watch this. My little finger's going around in circles. Okay? See, we're going to touch. Let's go over this one more time. I want to review this with you really quick because this is so important and it'll make it look so light and pretty when you're done. We're going to take this water and we're going to pick it up at least 3 times and see as I'm going in a half circle, I'm going around in a circle, I'm grabbing a little bit of green until I have an inky consistency, not pasty, not watery. And you know what you could do? You could run it right here to see if it's watery. See, you can run it along there and say, oops, too thin, before you touch your piece, okay? Now I've got a little bit of yellow there, but that's okay. Roll the brush. See, roll it and come out of it, then we're ready to go. Now watch how I'm going to put this in my hand. We're going to take this brush, remember, like a pencil. I was showing earlier today, if you've been watching us, we're going to put it up like this. This is a pencil. We're going to pull it straight up to the first knuckle. And then we want the paint to run down to the tip. So we're going to make big circles like this. All right, so practice 1, 2, 3, reverse direction, and 2 tight circles to the right. All right, and this is all, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Hopefully your piece is dry, so you're not running your fingers through it, but you're going to touch and make circles. Now, we have a lot of lefties out there that want to learn how to paint, and they're always thinking, oh, this is too hard for a lefty, but it really isn't. All you're going to do, remember that you guys adapt to the right-hand world in different ways than that we might be doing it here. So what I want you to do is turn it so it's comfortable for you. And remember that, like when I'm doing the leaves, a lot of times I will take this stroke and I will be push, turn, lift to the right. You're going to have to put it in your left hand, and you'll be pulling it towards your body. Now, remember, you just turn your projects around so it's easy for you to grab them, all right, and start painting. Remember, your hand goes out like this, so your rosebuds and your leaves face out. And so it's a very simple technique of laying your design step by step, which was the big rose, then the small roses. Then you come in with your big leaves and then your small leaves, and then we're going to come in with our wisteria, or we can do little 5-petal flowers. Now I want to show you, let's take and clean this up and show you the difference. Sometimes I do wisteria, especially if I'm first starting out and I want something really quick, and that's pretty impressive too because it really looks like hanging flowers there. Okay, so I'm going to pick up some white and purple. And all I would do is come in here. Now I can turn it around instead of the purple. Watch this. Instead of the purple out like this, my little 5-petal flower, dip the handle, put a little center. Instead of doing that, look what happens when I turn it the other way and I come in here and, whoops, too much paint. Remember what I said? There's no mistakes. I just come right back here, pick up fresh, more white, fresh paint, and let's stroke right over this. Okay? Push left, push left, push left. All right, now look at the difference, and I overlap the little petals on top of each other. See, I picked up a little green there. It's actually really pretty. Okay, now look at the difference when we have the light on the outside of the petal. Same stroke as the purple one over here that we did, with the purple on the outside. This has white. And it just gives a whole different look. Here we go. Remember, you can come in. I use light pink there. We can come in and do some dark green, just solid green, and have fun while we're doing it. See, you've already learned how to paint wildflowers, roses, and sunflowers, but there's still... I'll be right back.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Mose along with Rhea Fiken and our special guest, Donna Dewberry, and we invite you to stay tuned for the conclusion of today's one-stroke painting with Donna Dewberry. This is a brand new how-to special here on public television, and we have some very special thank you gifts to offer you today, which we'll be telling you about in just a little bit. I hope that you're enjoying the program as much as we are here today, and we're actually showing you how easy it is. It is very, very easy to learn the one-stroke method that Donna has developed. And what we're going to do, as I mentioned, this is a brand new how-to special here on public television. And you know how you can always count on public television to bring you the best in how-to programming. But to keep bringing you specials like this, we need some help from a very special person. And that person is you. Only you, our viewers, can help ensure that we continue to produce and broadcast television of the highest quality, the best in educational, children's, and of course, wonderful how-to programs like this Donna Dewberry special that you're watching today. Please pick up the phone and give us a call right now at the number on your screen. And today, for a pledge of $150, well, you will be well on your way to doing some wonderful painting with the One-Stroke Ultimate Combo Kit. Now, this kit contains 3 one-stroke workshop videos that are 60 minutes each in length. It also contains a 32-page one-stroke workbook, complete paint kit with brushes, 3 pattern sheets, one-stroke scruffy brush, and reusable practice sheets. And now, here's Rhea Fiken and Donna Dewberry, who will tell you more about it.
Thank you very much, Jeff. What are you going to be painting, Donna?
Sunflowers.
That's going to make us feel cheery.
Yeah, and they're easy. They're a great thing to start out with your first project. And I take my scruffy brush that I was showing you earlier, and we're just pouncing 2 colors. And that's the key. We're always putting 2 colors on here. And then we pounce around. See, we get it like a chocolate donut with chocolate icing. Then we're coming right here. We're going to touch, push, turn, lift. You know what, the best part of this, too, is that this is the only place that you can, right now, as this gift, is the only place that you can get this combination.
It is
3-hour
just wonderful.
videos. And the videos are what I wish I had at home. That's why I've created them, so that you can do this at home like I did while I was raising my 7 children. I would sit down at night at my dining room table and have fun.
Oh, and have fun and do something so very beautiful and creative. Now,
See that? See the brown streaking from by me touching the wet paint, push, turn, left. It's acrylic paint. It's water-based. And painting flowers are usually crafters or people who want to paint their most difficult thing to paint because you have to know blending, shading, and highlighting. And you know what? In one stroke, you blend, shade, and highlight. And you know what? Because I taught myself, I don't even know why it's supposed to be dark or light here or there. I just make it kind of look good.
So we can just follow your directions.
That's right.
I have a couple things I want to ask you. First of all, a lot of people who are calling in and making pledges also have questions. They want once more to ask you, if they are allergic to paints, can they use your paints? You
know what? It's water-based acrylic, so it's a lot less problem with allergies than anything you can imagine. And you know, I'm not saying foolproof that nobody would be allergic to, but we haven't had anybody who say they are.
Right. Another question. Besides painting on paper, what other surfaces?
Oh, you're going to love this because I show you in the videos. You can paint on metal, fabric. You can paint this on your walls. Is that too fun?
That's incredible.
You can paint it on your walls. You could just sit and paint on the plastic. That's what I like to tell you, is that when you're taking these 3 videos, you can continually learn from one 1-hour video to the next. You can work all year long just practicing and creating flowers on all sorts of surfaces.
I don't want to interrupt you, but that is just amazing to me. And of course, I do want to remind you that as amazing as it is, you can do it too. And you can do it, but you need all the things to do it. So I'm urging you to call the number on your screen and make a pledge of $150. Because when you do, we're going to send you Donna Dewberry's One-Stroke Ultimate Combo. Now, the kit has 3 one-stroke workshop videos, and they're 60 minutes each. A 32-page one-stroke workbook, and that has a paint kit with brushes. It has 3 pattern sheets. It has one-stroke scruffy brush, and it has a reusable practice sheet. I'd like to just interrupt you for 1 minute.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you to change back to another color paint if you don't mind. I think this is so amazing. This is the reusable teaching guide. Show us how it works.
You know what I did? I laminated my strokes. And these are like the teacher strokes right at home with you. And wouldn't you love that? You take a class, you think you're going to remember it, and then you get home and you go, oh no, what did she say? Look, you practice right on top of here.
Right.
You hold your brush handle straight up and down, practice on here, and then you know what you do?
What?
You wipe it off and practice again.
What do you wipe it off with?
Well, anything. Paper towel,
Paper
water,
towel will
yes.
do it?
Yeah, wet, you know, wet one, whatever. You just wipe it off and practice again.
This is really great because you know something, Donna. I think you really are artistic. Now, if you're not,
I didn't know I was.
Okay, but if you're not real artistic, it's practice makes perfect.
That's right.
And this is the way you can practice.
That's right. And you know what you do? You just keep picking up paint, no water. You're stroking on this side. You do the first stroke, and then the second stroke, and then the third stroke, and before you know it, you have the whole rosebud. And it's real simple, and you can be doing that right away.
And this is a part of the combo kit. But we have a couple of other thank you gifts that you might be interested in, so let's go to Jeff, and he'll tell you about it. But call. That's what we're here for.
Thank you very much, Rhea. As a matter of fact, we do have some wonderful thank you gifts at other pledge levels. With a pledge of $90, we'll say thank you by sending you Donna Dewberry's one-stroke combo. Now, the one-stroke combo kit contains one brush stroke basics. Now, this video is 30 minutes in length. It also contains the basic stroke workbook, which is 36 pages in length that you just saw Donna and Rhea referring to. You also get the one Rosebud reusable teaching guide and a paint kit. Or how about this? With a pledge of $75, we'll send you Donna Dewberry's one-stroke basics video and teaching guide. Now, this kit contains a one brush stroke basics video, 30 minutes in length, and one Rosebud reusable teaching guide and instructions. Now, we have volunteers in our studios who are ready to take your pledge, and please make your call right now, and let's welcome Donna Dewberry into the public television family with your financial pledge of support. Please give us a call right now. You can use your credit card or send a check. You'll be helping to support the great programming here on public television. Now let's go back to Rhea and Donna.
Donna, do you ever get tired of painting?
Oh, I love it. You know what? I just lose myself into it when I'm painting. I'm just having fun while I'm doing it, and I'm putting all these bright, vivid colors together. And it's a great thing. Just think, if you can learn how to do something that you love, and there's a couple different things you can do. You can give them as gifts, that saves you money.
What?
Decorate your house,
Absolutely.
that saves you money. These are the things I always did. And then I decided I want to go sell my things at the craft stores. I'm at the craft shows and go around and sell things to other people to make their homes pretty, and they love it.
Well, there is so much that you can do with these paints. The phones are getting very, very busy. I do want to ask you to please call in and make your pledges right now, because you will enjoy this so much. One other thing, Donna, what a great gift to get one of Donna's ultimate combo gifts, or any of the gifts that we're telling you about, because you can just give it to somebody, they can do it, you can do it.
That's right.
And I'm just amazed how beautiful this is.
Isn't this fun, Rhea? And you know what? Just think, if you make mistakes, you know, everybody, as they're learning, they're going, oh, I hate this, I wish I didn't do that like that. All you do is pick up fresh paint, go over it, so there are no mistakes. So you're having fun, and if you ever thought that you would love to be an artist, guess what?